Hey guys, Joshua here with another champion guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gragas, the big man with the big belly. Currently he's one of the strongest junglers around for both competitive and solo queue, and seeing as he really isn't that hard to play, he's someone I would definitely recommend learning. So it's a good thing we're doing this video today then, right? Gragas is a very well-rounded jungler, especially in his belly, with no inherent weak points. He performs very well at all stages of the game, bringing a variety of upsides to his team, being able to thrive in a multitude of situations and filling out that tank role very nicely without sacrificing any early game strength like a lot of tank junglers do. As with all my champion guides, this video is being made in partnership with ProGuides, a website designed to help you become a better player. And don't forget, if you guys have any specific champion in mind that you want me to do a guide on in the future, leave your suggestions down below in the comments, as that's mostly how I decide who to do these guides for. So make your voice be heard, or voice be read, you know what I mean. So for the boring stuff first, your runes want to look a bit like this. The AP helps with your early damage, and whereas attack speed may not be the stat you'd conventionally want to itemize for on Gragas, it's always a good option for your reds because of how it helps your early game jungle clearing. Masteries, you want Strength of the Ages. This is a really strong keystone for junglers right now, giving you around 100 gold in stats for free when it's fully stacked. This is especially good considering health is a really solid choice overall on Gragas, and extra especially good considering you'll not be buying health until a little bit later on, as I will outline a little later. Your skill order will be your Q, followed by your W and then your E, while getting points in your ultimate obviously at 6, 11 and 16. For your item build, you want to get any one of the smite items, it really doesn't matter, it's just up to you, and then build that into a runic echoes. Now this is a better alternative than Cinderhulk, as not only is that item a little bit on the weak side right now, runic echoes also gives him better early game damage and better early game clears. After that, you want to focus on tank items. Specifically in solo queue, I think getting an Iceborne Gauntlet, which will allow you to smash down on people even harder while still remaining decently tanky, is a pretty good choice. But generally speaking, anything that would make you harder to kill and more frustrating to play against is a good choice on old Graggy. As for how to actually play Gragas, he's a very good champion at all stages, like I said. Early on, you want to make use of his good ganking by trying to apply lots of pressure all over the map. Hitting someone with a body slam is a near guaranteed flash or kill, and so finding those overextended targets should be your #1 priority. You should be slightly careful of strong early game junglers on the enemy team though, as before Gragas gets his runic echoes, he tends not to clear all that efficiently and can get invaded quite easily. In addition, if you've belly flopped your way into a fight and suddenly you get caught out, you're pretty much entirely donezo unless you've got your flash to escape. Mid-game Gragas can 1v1 most targets on the enemy team provided you aren't seriously far behind. He should still be looking to gank a lot here, as the addition of his ultimate makes for some explosive setups, if you see what I did there. He's also a good tower diver for two main reasons. Firstly, he's tanky enough to soak up a few tower shots without curling over and crying to his mummy, and secondly because he can knock enemies away from the sweet caressing arms of the towers with his ultimate. When teamfights break out, try to either take up as much punishment as you can, much like a masochist in a BDSM ritual, but you can actually play as sort of an AP assassin early on here, because with runic echoes you will have a surprising amount of damage. The later the game goes on, the tankier you will get and the more you'll be looking to go for objectives and team fights. Now whereas Gragas doesn't have anything special about him as far as taking away stuff like Baron or Towers goes, he can facilitate them both quite well. Firstly, he can do that by creating picks and catches with his E/R combo, and secondly by tanking endlessly so you can be the shield while your team gets the objective. You will want to be that front line in all of your fights, so don't be a wimp and hide behind anything, as it's your job to give as little breathing room as possible to the enemy team while giving as much breathing room as possible to your own team. How useful you are in these team fights will come down to two major factors. Firstly, how much damage you can soak up and how much of a nuisance you can be in general, and secondly, how you use your ultimate. For your ulti, you'll either want to throw it at a mispositioned carry so you can fling them into your team like a reverse trebuchet and take them out, or you want to use it in the middle of the entire team while the fight's going on to split them up. This will enable your team to focus targets easier and to spend more time fighting less people. Despite Gragas being easier to play than a gullible Essex girl at an open bar, there are a few nifty mechanics that you'll want to get down. Firstly, his E flash combo. Now it is really simple, all it is throwing out your rotund belly at the enemy and then pressing flash as you're about to land. This basically just extends the length of your belly slam while also removing its animation at the end, making it very hard to react to. Now this is a great tool for catching people with their pants down. Secondly, whenever going into fights, you want to press your W before you charge in with your E. This is so you don't have to waste time with the W animation while you're in the thick of it, but be careful not to use it too early or it will time out and you'll have wasted it. And the last mechanic I want to talk about is if you've caught someone with a belly flop, ulti them immediately. If you do so, the enemy won't have enough time to get out of the stun before they get ulted, so they won't be able to flash away at all. And if you wait and try to get that W empowered hit off first before you ulti, like do a little cheeky combo, yes, it's more damage, but chances are it would give them time to flash away and you'll have wasted your chance to secure that kill. Now that's all I want to say for this video. I want to give a quick shout out here to Pro Guys for helping me with the editing and facilitating me making more videos at a higher quality and a higher pace for you chaps. Now I'll chuck a link in the description where you can check out their website and take a look at all their top-notch guides and their tools for helping you to up your game. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational content. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming over at twitch.tv/foxdrop. All of those links are in the description. Don't forget to leave your suggestions for future champions in the comments down below. Most importantly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.